there is a very specific magical artifact people are trying to reassemble in this, right?
Yeah. In classic D&D adventure tradition, we went back to sort of a tried and true trope. And by we, I mean Amanda and her team of designers. The artifact hunt. For those who don't know, it's sort of a staple of Dungeons & Dragons. There have been many, many adventures over the year that have basically been an artifact hunt. And you get the artifact, which then allows you to achieve the greater goal of the adventure. And so for the 50th anniversary, and for this story in particular, it seemed good to go back to that trope and to lean into an artifact like Vecna that we haven't touched on and used in a while, but has resonance in D&D lore and in sort of D&D canon.
And the reassembling, because I think we're okay to give away, it's the rod of 7 parts. Each of those parts is in a different location within D&D.
Yes, the rod is a very powerful instrument of law that if you're dealing with a villain who's sort of engaged in abject chaos and trying to unravel the multiverse, it is a very potent item that you can use. And so it becomes your impetus for a while to try to dig up the pieces of the rod that has been scattered across the multiverse. And it is that conceit that leads you to places like Kryn, Eberron, Ravenloft, the 9 Hells, all the places where these rod pieces have fallen, basically, or become trapped.
The lore of the Rod of 7 Parts is that it was created as the Rod of the Law to seal in Miska, who's a demon lord, way back when there was a war between the goodly beings and the evil beings. And so Miska, the demon lord, was winning. The evil beings were winning. And the Wind Lords were the ones who created the Rod of Law, and they sealed Miska into a portal. Miska will become important in Vecna, Eve of Ruin. Don't worry. We did go there. And so when the Wind Lords sealed Miska away with the Rod of 7 Parts, it shattered. It shattered into 7 pieces. That Rod of Law became the Rod of 7 Parts. And each piece was scattered all throughout the multiverse. So the entire rod still exists, but in these 7 pieces, and those 7 pieces are in different locations. And what the characters have to do is track down each of the 7 pieces. And the way that it works is that once you get one piece of the Rod of 7 Parts, it intrinsically leads you to the next piece. And there's magic that points the way in this adventure to make it make sense, so the characters know where they're going. But they're getting subsequent pieces, and the rod wants to be knit back together. So once they get that 7th piece, it can be made whole again, and they can use it for its intended purpose.